us we have 10 hours. We can fill that.
I'll be in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he said he had to leave. Well, we're glad to be here, and we're going to share a little bit of our story and hopefully give you some things that you can take away with you, because we're all about practical. We're Steve and Annette Economides. The first question most people ask us is Economides really your last name? And I said, no, we changed it. It used to be Vitug. No, it's Greek, and it means son of the steward, and that's kind of, we're living out our mission. We have 5 kids. They're all married and grown now. We have 2 grandkids, and I don't feel that old. You don't feel that old either. But we're here just to share this. We're here, Frugal, P-H-R-O-G-A-L. I'm not going to judge you for spelling, but we're going to share a story about how to make frugal fun, because it really can be. We've been having a fun time sharing our frugal adventures since 2004 when I quit my full-time job, and we started promoting our business, MoneySmartFamily.com. We ended up on the set of Good Morning America a year later. Since then, we've gotten about $18 million worth of free national media exposure for our books and our website, and we've been all over the country, and that's a whole nother story in itself. But we want to talk about making frugal fun, because frugal is not deprivation. Living frugal is not a life of I can't, it's a life of I can. And it is sustainable. If our whole country got on this frugal kick, we wouldn't have these ups and downs in our economy. It would be steady, and you'd be able to survive a lot of things.
We've been living frugally for 34 years now, and really we've made it into a treasure hunt. It started out with, oh dear, and then it was like, yes, as we learned how to hone those skills and save money and stretch those dollars every way we can. We're going to talk about 3 things tonight. We're going to talk about groceries, we're going to talk about budgeting, and we're going to talk about kids and money. This is our grocery book, and it's filled with, hundreds of ideas for how to stretch your grocery budget. Groceries are the fastest way to generate extra money in your household. If I can give you a few strategies to save money today, to stretch those grocery dollars, you're going to start putting dollars in your pockets. Grocery frugality is fun when you walk into Smart and Final and you see chicken legs for 19 cents a pound. Then you fill your cart and you fill your freezer and you're eating inexpensive meals for months to come. We have spent $350 a month to feed a family of 7. That's fun. That's frugal living at its best. We spend now 66% less than the average, and our kids are grown and gone.
No, they aren't gone. They keep coming back for meals all the time.
So here's your fun challenge. Plan a menu for 1 week. And if you want to start and you've never done it, do your dinners. Just plan your dinners out for 1 week. Go to the grocery store once, buy everything you need.
That's not fun.
60% of the items that you put in your cart are impulse buys at the grocery store. So the less you go, the more you save.
But why is planning a menu fun? Because if you spend 15 minutes once a week planning your dinners, then you'll have all this other time where you won't have to worry about what you're going to eat. You're going to have the food in the house. You're going to go shopping less often, which is going to give you more time. And you'll have more time for fun. You'll have more time to travel. You'll have more time to sit on the ledge and look at temples. I promise you.
Buy the produce that's in season. So right now, the summer fruits are amazing. You've got strawberries, all the different kinds of berries. You have melons. There's tons of things you can do to incorporate cheap produce that's healthy into your diets.
Grapes are 69 cents a pound at Sprouts.
Consider, we're going to throw out another tip on deli meat. There's 3 ways you can buy deli meat if you want lunch meat sandwiches.
You're going to confuse them. You held up 4 fingers.
Oh, 3.
25% more right there with that tip.
3. You can go to the deli at the grocery store and pay $7 to $9 a pound. You can go to the Wall Deli where Oscar Mayer is and Hillshire Farms and all these other things, and you pay $5 to $7 a pound. Or you can go to the meat case and get a chub of ham or turkey ham for somewhere between $3 and $5 a pound. Take it to either the butcher or the deli, have them slice it into lunch meat for you, and you're having your lunch meat sandwiches for a fraction of what that full-scale deli would cost you.
Or you can go to our YouTube channel and watch the time that I took a shank ham and our meat slicer and calculated the price of 99-cent a pound shank ham and what it turned out to be for lunch meat. You can watch that video.
In the Phoenix area, we have two organizations called Market on the Move and Produce on Wheels. They are phenomenal for deals on produce. You spend $10 and you get 60 pounds of produce. And they're all around the valley, at churches, at community centers, you name it. And it happens every week. I think during the summer months, it's less often, but come fall, in just a couple of weeks, it's gonna be every week, and it's amazing. Frugal Fun with groceries is awesome when your kids ask for a freezer as a wedding present, because they know how much money a freezer can save. That's when we go, yes, this is fun.
We pass the baton. On our website, we have a free shopping list, and this is what we use. It's a checkoff list, and we always tell people, don't go to the store without a list. Because if you go to the store without a list and without a plan, then the grocer's plan will become your plan, and his plan is to separate you from your money and make you buy highly processed, highly expensive foods. But that's the end of that. So now we're going to talk about budgeting, because that is, Jason said the B word. I say, you know what budgeting is? It's really a 4-letter word for people who aren't good at spelling. Budgeting is fun when you have it in place and you make the money go where you want it to go. And honestly, we have budgeted since day one of our marriage. We've never been hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, or even tens of thousands of dollars in debt. We borrowed money twice. And that was to buy 2 houses, and both of them we paid off in record time on a below average income.
We've paid cash for our cars. We've taken vacations without debt. We have lived the American lifestyle in a very un-American way. And it's not only brought freedom, it's brought peace. We forgot to mention how much peace there can be when you are telling your money where to go and your money is behaving. It's pretty awesome.
I want to be free. I want to spend my money whenever I want to spend it, and I don't want to take time to do a budget. But I've got to tell you, everybody who's successful in business spends time planning. You're a cop. You have those meetings every day, right? Where you sit and they have the plan for where you're going to go. You write a blog. Do you ever plan your blog?
What's
Yeah,
that?
you do, all the time. Bart is a food broker. He has a plan for dealing with the food. You're a mom. You have a plan every day. Look, the more you plan, the more freedom you have. Well, we're talking about, when we say budget, and the biggest hurdle to get over is, I've got to sit down and I've got to write down everything I spend. No, you don't have to, but you have to have a plan. And initially, the plan takes a little bit of time, but once you get it up and running, we're talking about spending 2 hours every 2 weeks. That's it, 48 hours a year, 2 days, to have a financial roadmap that you utilize to help you get where you're going to go. In our budget, we save money in advance of all of our expenses.
And up there is a picture of our budgeting system, and we have a couple in the back, but it's really what we've been using for 34 years. And it's what enabled us, gosh, how many years ago? Back in 2003, when we launched our vision for sharing financial principles with everybody. You know, we didn't do it with a lot of debt. We had everything paid off. And so that enabled us with the money and savings to launch out and fulfill our dream.
So having a budget doesn't sound like fun, but when you employ it and you can pay cash for your cars, that's fun, because you can find a deal with somebody who's desperate to sell their car and you can get it for a smoking price. It's fun when you write that last check to pay off your house. I can't tell you how good that feels. Mm-hmm. It's phenomenal. It's great when you have you're on vacation and you come back and you go, we don't have any credit card bills to pay because we spent what we had and we went as far as our vacation would take us. There's hundreds of stories in this book.
This book is our New York Times bestseller. So it talks about every area of household finances, from medical, vacations, clothing, cars, houses, everything that you deal with in your house is in this book. Okay, so let's talk about how it's fun to raise financially independent kids. 60% of parents in America are financially supporting their grown kids. 60%, this is epidemic, folks. So if you have children, this is a great time to think about, what is your plan? Do you have a plan? Because you can't pass the baton of financial knowledge unless you have a plan. When our kids begged us to do chores, That was fun.
We had a sneaky plan.
And we had a plan. When they earned double pay because they did extra chores, that was fun.
When they came to us and said, Dad, I want to buy a Screaming Serpent roller coaster by Connects. It's $80, but I found it on sale for $60, and I have the money saved. Can I buy it? That's fun. When they come to us and they say, Dad, you know, you taught me to manage my money, and I want to go to college, but I don't want you to pay a penny for it because I'm gonna find a way to do it. And the kid graduates without borrowing a dime, paying for it with his own money, and does it in 3.5 years. That is cool. It's the most amazing thing. We created a system that we taught our kids, and our goal was to start by giving them a little bit of money to manage when they were very young. By the age of 9, they started buying their own clothes with the money they earned by doing things around the house. And by the time they were 16, they had their own job. We stopped paying them. They started paying for everything themselves. They bought their own cars. They paid for college. They bought their own Christmas presents. We didn't have to spend a penny. The USDA says you're going to spend $260,000 to raise a kid from birth to 17, exclusive of college costs. We did it. I calculated using the same calculations for $60,000 a kid. And our kids now, this is Abby, she was 9 years old when we started our business. She's 21 now. She's married. She graduated college
Actually, she's 22.
Without borrowing a dime. She married a guy who didn't have any debt. They both graduated the same year in December of last year. They just bought a house this April, and they're accelerating payments on it right now. It's fun to be frugal and to pass the baton to your kids and see them live a lifestyle that's even better than what you started.
So why choose frugal living? You know, Jason, Deacon, everybody's up here talking about how important it is to educate yourself about finances. Frugal living is sustainable. Because we don't ever spend all that we earn, we can survive the peaks and the valleys of the economy.
Because we don't spend all that we earn, we can help others. And that is the coolest thing. When Jason asked, you know, what would you do? We're doing it. We love helping other people reach their goals and succeed, and that's our vision.
We can also celebrate. We've done Eagle Courts of Honors. We've done weddings. We did weddings for our 2 daughters. Our first daughter is kind of a little spark plug, and so she had 275 people at her wedding, and we did a sit-down dinner, and I cooked all the food, and we paid $4,000 for 275 people for a sit-down dinner and a beautiful parachute from Pinterest, and it was gorgeous. The wedding was gorgeous. For the daughter that got married last month, it was around the same price. It was $150, 150 people, sit-down dinner again, and we prepared all the food ourselves, and it was beautiful, just beautiful.
There's pictures on our website. So look, frugal living takes some work, but the truth is, over time with practice, it gets easier and easier as you develop your sources, and you can find what you need. I want to tell you this, we live in a city of more than 1 million people. How many people right now, well, let me ask this, is there something you want to buy? Right now, is there something you want to buy? A stereo, a TV, a car, a house.
A bookshelf,
I will bet
anything.
you that right now in this city, there are probably 10 or 20 people who have that item and they don't want it. As a matter of fact, they're so desperate to not want it and have it, that they would sell it to you at a discounted price that you would just go, wow, it's cool. And when you find that person, you'll just crow about it. It's amazing. But you have to be patient. You have to be disciplined to have your money set, and you have to be persistent. You take those things, you can have a blast living frugal and making frugal fun.
Yes. And we could go on all night, but we won't. We'll just say that right now we have a free email newsletter on our website. You can sign up. It goes out about twice a month. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. And
this doesn't have. We're on YouTube.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have 133 videos up there, more than 2 million views, and it's growing every day, and we'd love to have you make a comment on YouTube too. But hey, frugal living is fun. Don't waste your time with debt. Just be frugal and have fun.
And we'll stick around to chat with you.
But next, Deacon is going to come up here and introduce our next speaker, because he's got all the right words.
Great to meet all of you.
Thanks, Stephen and Annette.